Hello and welcome everyone to this little walkthrough of my official demo for the Keep Forest Guy's new sample library, Evolution Atlantica. So just before we hop into it, I should let you know that I used the beta content of this library. So it's not the final release. So just in case you buy the library and you watch the video, you may find some things different. But it shouldn't be that much, but just so you don't be surprised or wonder. Okay, so just let me play the song for you, and then we just hop through the patches. Okay. Okay, that's it. Let's just check out the patches I used. So let's start here with the typical epic trailer hits. These are just, I'll just try to bring it in here. Just the hits. So you get a lot of to pick from, and also you can alter the pitch and everything. So as I said again, it's beta content right now, a beta version. So there may be some changes, but basically you should notice that's basically the same library. It shouldn't change too much, but just to let you know. So the next thing I brought in were Lucious, which should be pretty obvious. So stuff like this. Then there's another track with Lucious. Let me play this for you. So basically what I try to do with a combination with these short punch metal hits here. Let me bring those up too. I try to build this little loop. Let me just solo this section. Okay, so basically everything you hear in the demo hasn't I didn't make any use of some sort of percussion, additional percussion library. So basically every percussion you hear in this demo is from Atlantica. So the loop, the build loop goes a little bit on like this. So I basically loaded in some additional short punch hits. And as far as I remember, I processed them a little bit with distortion and some saturation to just make them a little bit more crunchy and more basically distorted, cutting through a little bit, made a little bit more dirty. Okay, so you may notice this little curve. This is just a little, let me just bring that up. I just used like one of these one-knob filter thingies from Wave. I've really like them because it's pretty easy to just automate things. You know, most of the time you're trying to use a filter or anything, and you just, I don't like, I mean, usually it's pretty well done in the library itself. I just tend to put a plugin over it. Basically, you could do the same with a library, but it's just sometimes easier to just pull out a little plugin and just automate the frequencies, which would sound like this in the middle part. Yeah, so nothing special, just to let you know what's going on here. The next one would be the rises. I used some rises here. As you notice, there's another track above, which is obviously the virtual instrument, but I just had to quickly render this to audio to see where the end, I tend to use it like this, so I don't like to move around the MIDI channel or anything. I just try to pick the sound I like, and oh, I got it muted. So all kinds of these things in here. Yeah, as mentioned, I just try to pull up the sounds if I like it. I just render it to audio and just trying to check the peak and put it on the 1, you know, so I don't move around the MIDI stuff, and it's just too time consuming. And so you see it once here again. I did this with, actually this should be called 2 tonal reversed. So just to not confuse you. And the next thing was I used one of these transforming hits here. I really like them because it's not just a single hit, but it just transforms into this transformerish kind of thing, as the name suggests. Yeah, it's pretty cool stuff. The next thing I did was I used a shutter in combination with a total reversed patch. So let me play this together to you. So okay, that wasn't the best way. I just realized that I had the drop down here, which would be necessary to be played also to get the full transition. So that's basically the middle part. I have to take care to not talk all the time, because when I solo these parts, you wouldn't hear me anyway. So did I forget something? No, just the rises here. So there's another rise here for the middle part. I think it was too short to worry about the, finding the right spot. So it was pretty fast done. Okay, so I used some Brahms in this one, and I also tried to use, not just use like just a simple Brahm, like. So I tried to build a little bit of a loop with it in combination with the percussions up there. I forget to mark this one. So basically, this is in combination the Brahms with these pulses down here. So you have a lot to, it looks like it isn't a lot. I made this mistake first because it's just 4. But actually there's a menu here. You can pick out of like 26 from this. Plus additionally, there's a lot of, I just want to don't change anything. So to not confuse something with the track, but you have a lot to pick from, like 26, and maybe it's some more in the final release. And sometimes you have like 4 or 3 or 5. So this is basically a lot of pulses to pick from. So that's basically for the library itself. Except no, there's a string drone I used in the middle part. So it's just a simple drone, just to give it more depth in the middle part. And the drop, we already had this. And then there's this growling bass patch I really liked towards the end. Just to give it some really heavy bass. Okay, so the next one is the alarms. Oh, I'm talking again. Let me do it like this. Vocals and the alarm. So what I tried to do is like did a combination of 2, so it's a little bit not like. So, for the guys who know me, it's not complicated layering, but I just like to layer things, not just go for a library and just hit one button and then let it go. So it's just a little bit of a combination, and to make it a little bit more unique, So the next thing I used was this Purple Clouds patch for the melody. And so on. So there's a lot of nice lead patches to choose from. I always forget that I have a 34-inch monitor, so this is the edge already. So sometimes I'm sorry if I did it like this, so you won't see anything of it. But yeah, so let's keep it on. I think this was it for the library. So this is all the patches you heard. I additionally played some guitars and used one patch of, I mean, I don't want to advertise the other libraries too much, but just so to let you know what's going on, some trailer strings towards the end. It's just a little arpeggio. And I also used one, where is it? Just put it somewhere else, like a hive patch. Just basically just doubling the strings, just to let you play it for you. I just put the vocals with on. So it's just there to give it a little bit of attack. And I also think I did this guitar to layer it. And let me check these guitars. We're just power chords. Power chords. We need power chords. Too much soloing. Yeah, we need power chords all the time. And another patch in the very beginning, which is like a little guitar arpeggio. Let me play it from here. So just basically like played the same patch, just pan to the heavy left and right, for you the other way. And I also automated this with this little one-knob filter thingy. I can just pull it up here, but again, nothing special, but just a nice way to, you know, bring some things more alive. And I think I also doubled this one like an octave lower. Okay, so basically that's the that's the whole track. I should also mention that I put some reverb. I think it was some shimmer under the lead sound. So there's a lot of reverb going on. I just like to, you know, drown things in reverb. Just make it all the time. Sometimes you really have to drown things, not because the sounds are bad, but it just gives the track a lot of depth. And I prefer to sometimes, you know, just have dry stuff running with nothing on it. And then sometimes it's just nice to drown things and put them in the very background. So you get like a lot of, how can you say, like broadness going on. So that's just the way I like to work. Just quickly, as for the guitar sounds, I used, just if you're interested, let me just load this patch. It's like, I don't know why they have to introduce that logo. So just as a little tip to the side, I found this really cool preset from the bias amp, and it's called Bhavish Tone. So obviously somebody tried to recreate the periphery sound, but I think I really like it. It's really rich, a rich tone. And the other thing I did to make it a little bit more heavy is to put some little, I think it's a free plugin. It's called TSER 47. So it's just a little drive plugin. Put it before the amp to really, you know, get some volume. So I think I really like the patch. It's really powerful and there's a lot of going on. Okay, so is there anything? Should I just play the percussion section again from the track? Let me put my voice with on. So just to let you know what's going on fully for the individual sections. Okay, so that's basically the loop, and I changed it after like 4 bars, bringing it 8 bars. sorry. I'm always fiddling around, so I soloed this part. So just... the transforming hits, really like them. So we have the build up with a little one-up filter thingy. I should have played the drop. So that's basically the same part for the percussions again. Let me all unmute this stuff. Okay, and so now for just the pulses and drums and bass parts, just do it like this. But also let's bring the lead sound so you get the full picture. And so on. Let's add the strings. So it's just really subtle. There's not a lot of it going on, just to get a little bit more of the bright spectrum. Actually, let me check something, because I think I did a little mistake. Yep, sorry about this. I think I touched the mod wheel somehow, so the strings were a little bit soft. Okay, so, and with all the guitars, so that's basically the whole track. You can listen to the demo on its own without all my blah, blah along. From my SoundCloud account, or from I think the Keep Forest guys will keep it on their website also. So just in case you have any questions, just feel free to put some comments down, and I'm happy to respond. So thanks for listening, and check out this library. Thank you. Bye.